Download. I thought I downloaded it, but I guess not. So just sit here and chill for a second. It's a good game. You make your own choices. Okay. But like, what's it about exactly? Let's see. Does it say what it's about? View this product. It got really good reviews. It says you play as Stanley and you will not play as you will play as Stanley and you will not play as Stanley. You will make a choice and you will have your choices taken from you. The game will end. The game will never end. Contradiction follows contradiction. The rules of how games should work are broken, then broken again. You are not here to win. The Stanley Parable is a game that plays you. What's new? Ultra Deluxe is an expanded reimagining of the critically acclaimed award-winning indie game, The Stanley Parable from 2013. It says everything that was in the original Stanley Parable is here, preserved just like it was back in 2013, but the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe also dramatically expands the world of the original game with new content, new choices, and new secrets to uncover. The labyrinth has just gotten bigger. In addition, the game has been visually upgraded to reflect modern technology while faithfully preserving the tone of the original game. Accessibility features have also been added to the game, including localization of in-world text, colorblind options, and content warnings. And just as before, the impeccable voice work of Kevin Brightening will accompany you every step of the way. In the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, everything you remember has been recreated, yet it's different somehow. We've been here before, haven't we? Is Stanley still the same as he was back then, or is it you who have changed? Mysterious. Ooh, it's so mysterious. That was a quick download. Yeah, hopefully clarinet. Hopefully. We'll see. Let's try this game out. Let me know if it's too loud, because again, games are different, so. Right now, there's nothing. Oh. Please choose a screen and subtitle language. English. Confirm. Is it going to put it in like Dutch for me or something? Have you played the Stanley Parable before? No. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. How about there? Please enter the current time. Why? I don't know if I want to do that. Should it be 2:51 a.m.? 2:51. Wait, I can't change. How do I change the? I'm just gonna go AM. Because I can't change the, that's weird. I guess it wants me to do military time? I don't know. I'm just doing this. Whatever. It's 2:52 a.m., guys. Oh, is there a Pokemon in chat? Sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. Oh, God. Oh, my nose, my nose. Yeah, it wouldn't let me change it, so I'm guessing it wanted military time, which I am very stupid when it comes to military time. Like, I am very, very bad when it comes to military time. All right. Okay. Begin the game. Settings. Field of view. We're going to turn that bad boy all the way up. Language, subtitles, medium. Turn that up. Show reticle? Sure. Show translation labels. Enables translated labels on top of in-world text. Sure. I don't know what any of this means. Show color labels. Enables additional text next to gameplay critical colors. I don't know. Content warning. Enable content warnings and an option to skip sections of the game that deal with these issues. No, I would like to. Wow, really? Removes the screen. Yes. Low dexterity reduces difficulty for time-sensitive inputs and precision platforming. Auto walk input will alternate between walking and stopping. Off. Okay. I think we're good, right? How's the game sound? I didn't see any audio. Oh, here we go. Everything's at 100. Controls, simplified controls. What? Wait, what? What's... Interesting. Crouch. Is there a run? Move. Interact, pause. Okay. All right, let's begin. Never the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Okay.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Did he go to work on a Saturday?
Isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, I guess that's what I'm doing. Oh my god, I run so... What the heck? Okay, I don't need a run button. I run so fast. Can I inspect anything? Oh my god, why am I running so fast? What the heck? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is like that movie with Will Ferrell where there's like a narrator in his head. Right? The meeting room. We gotta go to the meeting room. Crouch. Oh my god. 420. Okay, well, where's the meeting room? I don't know what the heck? I hate Mondays. That's funny. Okay. Dude.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I enter the door on my left? I think not.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's kind of funny, actually. What the fuck happened here? Like, dude, this is so backroomsy. Okay. Time to get some ice cream on the way. Let's go. Someone just...
Yes, what? Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I disagree.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I would like a drink. That would be nice. Can I drink the coffee on the floor? Why does it sound like I'm trying to interact with stuff, but it sounds like I'm typing?
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Shut up.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, fine. I'll listen to you.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But wait, there's a shiny red button over here that says down. No, I'm going down. Delightfully sassy.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
I guess I'm going left.
Oh, no, it's to the right. My mistake.
This fucking guy.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
This guy.
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
What the hell?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I don't trust him, and I feel like I'm gonna get run over by this car. What's that one game where like everything kills you? I remember 9 sent it my way. Oh god, I'm scared. Why is this car on? Yeah, it sounds like I'm interacting with these things. It sounds like I'm typing on a keyboard. What the heck? Whoa! What is this?
No.
What?
This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Fired?
I'm kidding. It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
What?
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A memo? Did we really just start over? Yeah, this is for sure Bobby Blue.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I didn't touch anything!
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Whoa.
Let's find the story.
Whoa. Okay. Can I jump? No. Okay, I feel like all of these... Like, I feel like these rooms connect. Right? I want to go here. All right, let's just go through here. Yeah, see? Yeah, they all connect. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! Stop it! Why is this happening? I'm losing my mind.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god. I'm going crazy.
Okay, yep,
okay.
It's worse.
What the French toast?
I might be remembering this wrong.
This guy's killing me.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Oh, my Lanta.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh, my Lanta. I can't open any doors. This game is driving me nuts. Oh, now I can't interact with anything. And it's not making any sound. Oh, there we go. Oh.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh my god, I can't.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
All right.
Congratulations! Woo! I know you put in a lot of hard work,
yes.
and it really paid off. So,
thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work.
Oh, I did.
Win.
I'm dealing with
Some
you.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
No, I'm winning.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to.
Oh my God, this is so... What is going on? The Stanley Parable adventure line?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. We're following the yellow brick road? Wait, what's going on over here? We're playing solitaire. Is that what that is? Maybe not. It's a card game. Okay. I am following the line.
See,
the line.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on.
What's happening?
That got a bit weird back there.
What is going on?
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh? Is this your jam, guys?
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office?
What is going on?
No, Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no.
We're back here.
Again, Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
It says TM.
Everything we've been through, Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh my God, guys. The emotes are crazy. 9, you got an egg.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it
again with the trademark?
We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Wait, no, turn the computer back on. I turned it off.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Uh-huh. Yes, well, we're stuck here and I don't know what to do. So oh, somehow I made my way back. Oh, you got a rock? Nice. Oh my gosh, what is happening? I'm just going around in circles.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it.
What is the
We should be fine.
TM? Why is there a TM by everything?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control.
Let's do it.
How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Oh boy.
Just walk in circles for a
Walk
minute.
in circles?
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Oh God.
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh jeez. The confusion ending? You've been playing the confusion
Hold on, what's
ending.
this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
What? Narrator is gone.
That's really how all
After
this goes?
a long time, Stanley dies.
Determined?
There's no longer
So
an
now,
office.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Narrator
Well, what if I don't want to
forgets
forget?
about previous restarts.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well,
Unable
you
to go
consulted
anywhere or
me.
do
Why
anything.
don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Wander
No, it
into
can't be.
blackness.
I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The,
Ew.
whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone
What is
comfort?
going on?
Will something happen?
The game has an achievement for not playing this
So,
game. What? That's funny.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Oh my
So I hope
God,
that's
this
where we
guy.
are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the fuck just happened? That was loud, by the way. Dude, I can't. This game is gonna make me go insane.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my God, this game.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait, what's that say? I like work. I just hate my boss, is what the cup says. I like work, I just hate my boss. Are there any, that's so weird that that's like the only computer I can interact with. Oh, what's that say? I can't zoom in. Something, I can't jump or anything. How the mighty have fallen. Awaiting input. Input received. Huh. 4/21's my birthday, by the way. I'm turning off all the computers. Everybody forgot to turn the computer off. Can I interact with this one again? No. This is so bizarre. Yeah, I didn't take my meds today. Hi, Faded.
When Stanley came to a
Welcome
set
back
of
in.
2 open
Hello.
doors, he entered the door
Thanks
on
for
his
hanging
left.
out, Faded. The door to the left, is that what he said? Like, I'm so lost.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Do not
either.
alter
Feeling a
without
wave of
consulting
disbelief,
whiboard
Stanley
manager.
decided to go up to
There's
his
a
boss's
whiteboard
office,
manager?
hoping he might find an answer there.
What's this say? Meeting room, floor 4XX group. Weekly target admin, marketing Mondays, termination Tuesdays, legal, ideas plus development Thursday, Friday, weekly review. Do not alter without. Rip Franz? What? Franz? What's this say? Targets. Push for funding for RD of new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. What? Hire someone to synergize papers. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss. Solving in personal conflicts. If you ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee like yourself. Why did we hire you? Remember that it takes 2 people to start a fight? What are your few dreams? The fuck? Synergize core values. Shift global market. Monetize free play. Tips to not get fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work every time. Every day. No exception of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Oh, all time. Every day. How to solve a worker's dispute. Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. What is hot? Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has slick blue graphic header. This will ensure a calm and protective work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Okay. Number of slides. Oh my god. What else do we have here? Okay. What are these graphs, dude? Please do not steal. Okay. What's this say? This page contains no information. This is so crazy. All right. I think we're done here. Broom closet. Oh, we gotta get Chris out of the broom closet, right?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. I have a feeling there is something here. Can I interact with anything?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
I don't...
No reason to still be
I
here.
don't agree. There's gotta be something, right? Can I take these right up here?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Doing sweet fuck all. Oh my god. I love it.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why?
Because...
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm
Because
genuinely
I don't
confused.
trust you, okay? And I don't want to follow what you're saying. There's got to be something in here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, At least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
No,
It
there's...
didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I don't think that's correct, sir.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Did you guys get the broom closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Oh my God.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
I'm crying.
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Oh my God.
So that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Second player. It's good to have you coming to a staircase.
Second player, it's good
Stanley
to
walked
have
upstairs to his boss's office.
I can't, bro. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, I see a fat phone book. Okay. Ooh, finally, I'm interacting with some... What the fuck is that? Is that somebody holding a gun to a panda's head? I'm sorry, what? Business strategy? The poor panda! What is going on? This is awful. Oh, my Lanta. That's so bad. What's over here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I don't want to do that. Is he gonna say something if I don't move? He's not gonna say anything. I wonder how long I could have stayed in the broom closet. Boss is a panda killer. Take him out, AQ. I got to, yeah. Like, what the heck was that picture? I can't see anything. God, this is so weird.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Nice, minion.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Escape! Oh my god, I'm gonna do the mind control.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh my god, it's the room!
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh boy. Can I hit the button again? No. It's cold in your house? I wish it was cold here, man. I was burning up last night. I can't read what this says. I wish I could read what this says. I can't. It says employee observation protocol. I can't see what it says.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
This one's not working.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh God.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh God, I can't. What the heck?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I don't know about that.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
They're kind of already dismantled, no? Dude, I'm starving, by the way. My stomach hurts. What does this say? Console disabled. Facility power. I feel like I'm in like some Five Nights at Freddy thing. Facility power. Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place.
I don't know, I just hit off. I don't know what happens. Uh-oh.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Hey, isn't that one of the endings?
Was it over?
That's what the ending thing said. I wasn't gonna be in like black.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Okay.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Okay.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Why do I feel like this is all a lie? I just meant like the
Stanley
aesthetic
felt the
minion.
cool breeze upon his skin.
I didn't actually mean
the feeling of
it
liberation.
was similar.
The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
The end. Okay. Now what? Oh, God. We're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh my God, I'm going crazy.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going crazy. Oh, it's getting bigger. Giggity.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm talking about the aesthetics, minion. Like, it's a big fucking machine room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh no, I found the broom closet again.
No, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I will. I'm gonna sit here and meditate. Oh my God. I wonder if you stay in here long enough, if he ends up saying something again. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, he's not saying anything. Maybe you can interact with something now? No? Aww. Nope, nothing. Okay. All right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Ooh, what's this?
And in such a competitive economy,
B4?
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
What in the
world? And as Stanley pondered this, he
B?
began to make other strange
12?
observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Damn it!
I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
I did not
what a
yell
relief
that.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
Was that a
he imagined
gremlin?
himself
Wait,
flying
what?
And began
Where?
to gently float above the ground.
What the
Then
fuck?
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
No.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Exactly.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Let's not say
I'm
no
dreaming about
parking.
a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my
The car.
thoughts.
Oh, I don't know.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
It could
How
be.
could it be?
Duff.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility
Because
for
it's
himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's...
okay. Because it says Kevin Brighting. Kevin Brightening. Impeccable voice work of Kevin Brightening. I don't know who that is, but
ever been in his life.
yeah.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could
This
just...
guy's going crazy.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Go back to
Please.
sleep.
It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my
Oh, he
job.
has a wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to move. I'm going to see if he says anything.
Stanley began screaming.
Oh, God.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town
What
talking
the
and
fuck?
screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
What is
I
happening?
know what is real and what isn't.
Oh,
It
my
was
God.
comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
His name is
The very
Kevin
important
Brighting, the
people
person
whose impressions
who's
of her
narrating.
would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there.
Can I
staring
move?
down at
Like,
the body.
no.
And then she turned and ran.
Yeah, I said it. But yeah, his name is Kevin Brighting or something. Oh my god, I can't with this game. I can't with this game, dude. I literally can't.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
This
simply
is
missed a memo.
driving me crazy. Where's the input computer? Oh, it doesn't say input anymore. Who farted? The cup says who farted. I hate Mondays. Room 420. It won't let me in there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, this says, do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. You're dead. You're dead. What do you mean? You're gonna charge my dead corpse $5,000. Vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. What happens if I jump off? You think I can actually jump off? I'm doing it. Do you think I should do it? I'm doing it.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Good job, everyone thinks. Fudge. All right, let's redo
Stanley
it.
knew the office layout like the back of his hand.
Yeah, at this
it was only a
point.
matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
Can
Just
I do
a
the
matter
input
of
now?
time.
No. At this point, absolutely.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
Let's see if
Its
he
grace,
says anything.
its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
There's a notepad there.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
I know.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
Exactly. It's 1,000% worth it. Sorry, my stomach itches.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Wow. Wow.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yeah, I feel like you are. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna see what happens. He says nothing else, eh? Okay. Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, I know.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Oh, I'm doing it.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
What is he talking about?
She's been waiting.
Urgent. Employees should never under any circumstance attempt something. Oh God. Fragile. That's what my stickers look like when I send stuff out for sale on my eBay store, which you should totally check out. Link in the chat.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly play...
That's bright. 427. Moving houses on.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
I can't
move.
move.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Wow!
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck you.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Wow, really? Okay. Oh, this is the saddest looking place.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press circle on your controller. I refuse. Damn it.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press circle. I'm not pressing circle, I'm pressing X.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
This guy.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
I would love to eat lunch. I'm starving right now.
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Oh boy.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press down to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Where'd the TV
First,
go?
he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last,
A choice.
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy
I see what's happening
he began
here.
to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
I see what's happening.
Down one
here.
path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What? Oh, I totally read that. Guys. It says, please press down to tell your kids a story. I swear to God, I read, please press down to kill your kids. I don't know why that's what I read, but that is exactly what I read. Wow. I need help.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
I can't move.
Perhaps if he played just one more time.
No, I want out of here.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Ah, jeez.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm not gonna press anything. Let's see. I guess I have to, huh? I guess I have to.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh my God. Okay. Here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh my God.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna try. Try a clone ball and see what happens.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You're joking. Y'all, they boarded up the broom closet, y'all, so I can't go back in it. Is this game a trip? No, it's something for sure. That's so funny. Yo, Lotus, welcome in. That's funny.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right. Now we tried to go. We were gonna go. Look, this is so bad. I'm gonna take the elevator again. Well, we didn't take it before, right? We went into the boss's room and the door shut. So I don't want to do that. I want to take the elevators and see what happens. I did hit the up button though, but it's not opening. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go up. We got the tunes on, y'all. We got the tunes on. Can't wait to see the YouTube video of this. Let's go. This is my jam. Wait, what? No. What if we hit down? Do we just chill in the elevator? I think this is a trick. Yeah, it's just a trick. Okay. We have to go back through here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I'm not gonna put it in and see what happens.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless.
Oh, boob? Yeah, that's a good one.
He could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Boob.
2845.
Oh my god, dude. Let's see, does he say?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
That's hilarious, bro. What happens if I put in 2845? Oh shit, I can't see. Fuck. 2, 8, 4, 5. That would have been so funny if he said something like, oh, now you put the code in. Ah, jeez. Okay, so we did not do escape. So I guess we gotta do escape this time. All right. Escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I just thought if I walked backwards, if he would say something. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. Wow, it really is my death, isn't it? I'm doing it. What the fudge?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Oh, I can't
Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
Here we go, let's
like
go.
plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and
Take me,
shallow
I'm
life.
yours.
Farewell, Stanley.
Bye-bye.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Okay. That was not what happened, but okay. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What the hell? What is this?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What the fuck? Okay, office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game, the path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors from the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Okay. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor had been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in good time. Filing cabinets. The 2 doors. The set of the 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The office. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Are we done? Like, did we do the game? Did we beat the game or something? I'm so confused. Huh. Let's go left. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. What is happening? The office. Warzone. What? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. This is so weird. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after the early version, we decided we always wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Okay. Whoa. Wait. Hold on. I feel like I need to take this stuff off of the thing. Yeah, let's take that off. Okay. So we got maintenance, lounge, disobey, obey, first choice. 2 options. Meeting room. Maintenance layout. The flow of the hallways following the first 2 doors was important to get right since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that went out. Okay. Like, I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Like, I guess this is like the end and sending levers. I never saw these. Huh. trailers. I don't really know what is happening. The game is now paused. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized that this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Wait, what? For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. What is the escape menu? I don't even know what that is. What's up here? Stanley's office. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see?
No.
Can you see how much they need one another?
I'm so confused.
No, perhaps not.
Oh no.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh nice, Nine.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I thought about it. I need to go get food, like, for real, for real. I'm guessing this is, like... Oh, I was about to say. Oh boy, here we go.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Uh-oh.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
It's gonna put me back in the
Okay,
office.
so
Watch.
far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I guarantee it's gonna put me back in the fucking office.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
Oh.
I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
This is it. This is the content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly
It gets
tedious.
better. Let's go.
It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content,
Thanks for hanging out, by the
Stanley.
way, Lotus. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. The jump
right.
circle.
All right, let's see.
This is in the
The jump
fucking
circle?
Moral Dilemma. This is in Moral Dilemma. Is that where Moral Dilemma got it from? Oh my god, this is exactly Moral Dilemma. Now we have a jump. But that one was you couldn't jump in the circle, right? That's what it was. It was opposite. You could not jump. So they gave us the crouch option. Oh my god. Aw. Oh my Lanta.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to
Oh,
be
is there a
something else,
hidden
right?
wall? Let's see. Sorry, there was a hidden wall in Moral Dilemma, so I just want to see if maybe there's a hidden one here. I don't think there is, though. No. I want to jump!
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Oh my god.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game? And we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
I don't even know what the
frills,
fuck it's about.
No gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
No, I used to have a friend like that. They betrayed me and broke my heart. Oh, no thanks.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Oh god, I'm terrified. Is there gonna be a jump scare? Oh no, okay. It talked about...
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
No,
Back
I've
then,
never played the
video
game.
games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Yeah, I know, I've never played the game, so... This is the first time I'm playing this game. And I don't care for the narrator to tell me that PlayStation basically fucking sucks. What is that? Oh my god, I don't know why I thought these were bodies at first.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand
Flawless
and
victory.
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What the fuck? The tasteful nostalgic. It was good. Person of the year? Was it it was a physical game? God, 2013. What a long, that was, oh my God, that was a long time ago. 2013.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go
What's
back
over here?
to have it all over
The
again.
serious room? I want to go into the serious room. The music's really pretty. Uh-oh, what's down
Wait.
here?
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley.
God,
It's a
no.
collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down
Pressurized
here.
gas?
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I wanted to
I'm
read
trying to make a
it.
serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh my. Pressurized gas instead of steam? Ah, okay. It's like, I see what you're saying. It's like a parody. Wonder why they didn't just say steam.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, Nuddle
Shaft?
non-linear games,
Is that a real
this
person?
preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Sort
You can Tell
of.
me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite
blanket is
shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had
scrunched.
always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track
Too
record.
obvious.
I feel like a failure.
Oh my
Like I let these people
God.
down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I just got it. It's a fucking joke. Steam, pressurized gas. God, I'm a fucking idiot. I am literally 5 beers short of a 6-pack, guys.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
I wish there was a skip button.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for
9.8
just a moment, surely
hours?
it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
There's
Only
still one
positive
beer.
reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking.
I'm dead. Oh.
Hello, it's me. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
I don't know why that's so funny. I think... Oh, God. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. Guys, I don't know why that was so funny, but it was too fucking funny. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, I'm dead.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they nagged.
Oh, my God. Oh, I cried. I'm crying. I cried. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, I think we're done with this skip button. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. That was so funny. Oh, the fucking tree is dead! Oh, the tree is dead. Oh. Oh, God. Okay, well, what do we do? We can't leave.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I think he's actually saying it.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I want to see what happens.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Okay. I think he's mad at you. fuck? Oh no. The game is falling apart. Oh my god. Oh. There's light at the end of the tunnel. How did this happen? What the hell? Oh my god. And now there's nothing again. What happened? Is it? What? Okay, why is there like no... Oh, that's creepy. Ah! What the fuck? Oh my god. Can we hit the button again? Oh no. Uh-oh. Is this like the... I think I broke it. Uh-oh. Congrats, you touched dirt. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
We're doing it.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting
I want
to
the
show
skip
you.
button back. I want the skip button back. Uh-oh. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Oh?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What? What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah? Have they? Well, at least
Calling
it
the
looks
Stanley
nicer.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally
What does that
spring up
say?
around them.
No.
It'll all work itself
Food?
out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay. Now what? Oh, I see. I see, I see. Wow.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, I gotta hear this. Hear your name in the game? Oh, we gotta hear that shit. Where's that?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Oh,
So
please
with
say
that in
my
mind,
name.
my first addition to the game is this button that speaks the... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the
Boo.
button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate
No,
the
I don't
full
want to role
experience
play
of
as
this
Jim. I'm
feature.
not Jim.
Just play along.
Fuck
I
Jim.
promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named
No,
Jim.
my name is not Jim.
I want Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
I don't care about
if you
your
don't properly role play
backstory.
as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now?
Yes.
Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on? See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says.
I don't
But
want my
no.
name to be Jim.
Instead, oh, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
Jim. You guys are hilarious. Oh my goodness, Jim. Okay. We have to leave here?
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I created here.
That's funny. Ooh! I'm gonna scan this code. Do you think it works? Let's see. It does work. The Stanley, welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable 2. If you're more of a prequel sort of person, check out the Stanley Parable. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the exhibit. That's funny. No screenshots. No screenshots?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I think it's funny. It would have been funny if I took a screenshot and he was like, hey, it said no screenshots. What's it say? Happy 12th birthday? Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Oh, man. New. Easy trophy. Get it here. Okay. Get yours right now. Free trophy. Pull the lever. Receive your new trophy. No more step. It just works. Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. By Now, the trophy is still fully broken.
Oh,
I'm not a wizard,
jeez.
Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay. It didn't happen.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Ooh, what is this?
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your
1 out of 6. Collect them all. Wait, is that it? Aw. Are those in the game now? I wonder.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Jump circle this map free trophy, the button that says the name of the player playing the game, merch. Settings world champion, reassurance bucket, office decorations, collectibles, A9. Isn't that what we just went to? Exit. Jump circle and exit. Wait, what did we miss? We've missed like the epilogue, the infinite hole. Let's see. What's the infinite hole? Okay.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No, I want to be, it's an infinite hole that you made and you created, and I want to enjoy it, okay? I want to enjoy your
Stanley,
infinite hole.
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Well,
from one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found
why are
me
there
out,
cigarette
Stanley.
butts down here?
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue
Meeting
here
at
is
2
just that
p.m.
you're unusually fascinated by falling.
New mug.
What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Just
I
the
figured
two
hole
of
was as
us.
deep as anyone would actually
We could
need.
make
Don't
it
you
if
put
we
this on
try,
me.
just
Maybe
the
you're
two of
problem.
us.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to
I
the
didn't
top
catch
of the
it.
hole
This
and
is
we can
some
move on.
bullshit,
I'll just be
man.
up here when you're ready.
Let's see if he says anything. Is he gonna say anything? No?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I do like holes.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, it won't let me. It won't let me go.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a... Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Bye.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
Thank you.
It's a win for everyone.
I appreciate
You get
it.
to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Okay, bye.
Take care, Stanley.
Goodbye.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of it.
We're gonna have a great time, cause we're having a good time. Having a good time. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sorry. Look at the booty shakes. What is... Oh, we're going down. Yes, Alvy. Oh, what's happening? What's going on? Interesting.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using
Oh my God.
up the space of mine.
What the fuck? I was
Oh, good,
having
you're awake.
fun.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh my god, we're going again? Aww. I turned the game music down. It seemed really loud.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Oh, did we start all over again? Is the gem button back? Why do I feel like I'm slower? I feel like I'm walking slower. Is the gem button back? Oh, it's gone. Well, that was fun. I wanted to see how many characters I was gonna look like. Oh, the reassurance bucket we didn't do. Let's see, what's this?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable
What is this?
Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal.
Hey,
and
Shai,
perhaps
welcome back in.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can
Where's
you
my
imagine what a
skip
pain in the ass
button?
that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Can I throw it?
Can you feel it?
No.
The glow of comfort,
Can
even in the face of
feel it.
crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Bucket.
And in fact,
Just pick it
can I
up.
say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go
I want
on
to
and
throw
on,
it.
don't they?
It won't let me throw
All
it, though.
this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Thank you. I'm gonna hold this bucket for the whole time? Okay.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I would like to not have the bucket anymore. I would like to throw the bucket, please. Oh, the collectibles are... We already did the collectibles, right? Yeah. Is it moving? Oh, yeah, he is. All right, let's... Wait. Where's the exit? Over here? I would like to get rid of the bucket, please.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
What the hell? Why is there a random briefcase here?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Oh, God.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Oh, boy. That's your bucket, you know?
Okay. Are you ready?
The
Here
WoW
it is.
episode in South Park?
I give you the Stanley Parable 2,
Was that a sad trombone?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
What?
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I need to actually go eat some food, but this has been fun. We're gonna have to come back and revisit this. I don't know what the heck. I feel like, I think this would be pretty funny to come back. But yeah, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for making me laugh and smile and being a part of my life. I'm not gonna rate anybody out. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it. But just a quick reminder, there's no stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be recording the Let's Play. We're doing the Suicide of Rachel Foster, and I will let you guys know when I get that uploaded. I will return on Friday. So I love you guys. Thank you for everything. And I'm gonna try to figure out the sound things. We'll figure it out, but bye, Kingdom. I love you. Bye.